Hey my lovers, on tonight's episode I want to talk about what makes your cookie so good. Remember in the last episode it was all about how you can make your cookie sweet to taste sweet, when your man smells your cookie. But tonight we are focusing on what actually makes it good. So literally we are differentiating between a good one and a bad one. So what makes your cookie a good one, a juicy one, and what makes it bad? What makes it to be considered as a bad one? Okay, now a good cookie involves a lot of things. It involves your physical state. It also involves your mental state. A good cookie is far from how it smells or how it tastes. In the last episode we focused on how your cookie should taste good, should smell good. Fantastic. Now it is assumed that you've done the job. It now tastes good, it now smells good. Now, how can you use your cookie to make the D always come back for more? How can you use your D to capture, how can you use your cookie rather to capture your man's D, to always make your man's D to long for your cookie? That's what we're going to be focusing on tonight. Right, are you ready to ride on with me? So let's get to the number one tip here. Number one, your attitude affects how your cookie holds the D. I'm sure you're wondering, how does my attitude correlate with this? Your aura, your behavior in bed, your mannerism, your presence, the things you're doing, the things you're about to allow your cookie do to the D is what makes up your attitude in bed. Alright? It's what makes up your cookie to make sure that the D is enjoying every of its essence during sex. So your attitude plays a major role. Alright? Because if you are coming into the bedroom with no attitude, no energy, no essence, none of your aura is being felt, your presence is not being felt, then your man would not be feeling the real essence of your cookie. So you're wearing an attitude into the bedroom, which is very, very necessary to unleash the power that your cookie holds. Your cookie carries power. Your cookie carries an essence. Your cookie has an aura that is meant to be unleashed in bed when you're with your man. So if the attitude is missing, trust me, your cookie would not be doing justice to the D the way it should be doing it. So let's head on to the next tip here. Number two, a good cookie doesn't necessarily have to be tight. I know that if we ask majority of the women, you ask them what makes a good cookie, you begin to hear stuff like, oh Ireti, I want to get tight, I'm trying everything possible to stay tight because I know that when my cookie is tight then it's going to make my man enjoy sex better, blah 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 and all of that. But trust me, we carry out surveys every now and then, and I can tell you confidently that a tight cookie is not necessarily the juice here. While it's okay to be tight, but not necessarily tight, how you use your cookie on the D is what really matters. Okay, so a very tight cookie does not automatically mean that your cookie would be fantastic on his D. All right, so while it should be moderately okay, I mean, if we are saying a tight cookie, what we're literally trying to say is that your cookie world has the ability to clamp onto the D Your cookie world has the ability to hold on to the D and do justice to the D. That's what we are trying to explain. And not necessarily that it should just be overly tight. It's just tight, 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 tight. Tight with no enjoyment is not pleasure. Okay? So, if you've got a very tight P, you've got a very tight cookie, and then you see that even with your tight cookie, you're still struggling to enjoy sex, your partner is still trying to enjoy the juice with you, then this is enough to let you know that it is really not about the cookie being tight. Okay? So, a tight cookie does not necessarily mean good sex. It does not necessarily mean that your cookie is going to be juicy. Right? Now, what makes your cookie fantastic and good for your man is how your cookie is mentally and physically connecting to your man. How you succeeded in making your cookie to help your man connect deeply to it. That's the juice in it. All right. Now, how do you make this happen? I started with our number one tip, your attitude, your mannerism, right? From the abundance of the heart, right? You're able to review whatever is in your heart. From what is in your heart, you're able to bring it out, actualizing it. Okay? So, if you are ensuring that you are mentally and physically connected to your man, it is definitely going to speak wonders to your cookie. Your cookie would be flowing in the same energy that you are giving. If you've got a lot going on in your mind, you've got a lot going on in your head, you've got a lot going on with your physical image, you're probably struggling with your physical image, you're struggling with yourself. You look at yourself in the mirror. Instead of you to see a pretty woman, to see a sex goddess, to see someone that, oh yes, I'm going to be finishing my husband in bed. I'm going to be finishing my man in bed. You're seeing someone that, oh, just look at my tummy. I don't think I look good. The other girl looks better than I do. Look at my boobs. I think they're sagging. You are killing the confidence already. Whatever you're doing in the physical, whatever you're doing to yourself mentally is already affecting your cookie. And that is what your cookie will be giving in bed. So how do you expect your cookie to be juicy? When you're disturbed mentally, when you're not even satisfied with your physical state. So how you connect with your partner can help your cookie to do wonders in bed. So that mental connection, that physical connection is very, very key in ensuring that your cookie is juicy. Your cookie is good enough for his D. So here I can basically say that what makes a good cookie really is the combination of your tightness, wetness, and your cookie coordination on his D. Does it sound like what she's saying? Now, first of all, the tightness, the level of tightness differs. Now, you don't want something that is overly tight and it's causing a problem. If you've suffered from vaginismus or you've experienced dyspareunia, you can attest to the fact that when the pussy is too tight, when the cookie is too tight, it can make your partner feel uncomfortable. So while we can actually accept the fact that tightness does a thing, I can tell you for real that it doesn't have to be too tight. Moderately tight is just good enough. Now, a combination of your cookie being moderately tight, okay, that means that when it's moderately tight, there would be friction. All right, there would be friction, and not like 100% friction, because when there is too much friction, it can actually give a bad cookie as well. Okay, so when it is moderately tight, when penetration happens, your cookie is able to expand your cookie is able to expand juicily, right, as penetration begins to happen. Now, when it begins to expand based on the wetness your cookie is experiencing, the natural lubrication also makes it superb. It makes it good. When your cookie can experience a natural lubrication, it makes it fantastic. And in ensuring that your cookie experiences a natural lubrication, it begins from everything we started with, every tip that I began with, okay, for you to get to this point. Now, to the coordination and the movement of your cookie on its D. The coordination is very key, and that's why when you take a ride class, when you go to a riding school, you are taught coordination and movement, not necessarily your body. And that's why you see that a dancer, someone can be a fantastic dancer and not be outrightly superb in bed. Why? Because yes, it's fun to dance, you wriggle your waist, you go, the coordination of your body, but basically what makes it fun is the coordination of the cookie itself on the D. All right, so learning the movements, the coordination, the grinding, how you grind, how you're able to clamp your vagina on the D is very, very important. How do you grind? How do you grind your vagina on the D? How do you do your trusting? When you trust your vagina on the D, how do you get it done? Are you the type that when you are on top of the D easily slips out of your cookie every now and then? That is you losing coordination. Because when you get your coordination right, your vaginal walls are able to clap sweetly on the D, holding on to the D without letting it slip out so easily, and then you are grinding and trusting on the D effectively because you understand the power of coordination. So on this note tonight, you can agree with me that what makes a good cookie is beyond the cookie just tasting sweet and smelling sweet. And that's why you see that some ladies, they taste good down there, they smell good down there, but they still lack the know-how of how to actually use their cookie on the D itself. All right, so this is another food for thought. So after smelling nice, after tasting good, what's next? Learn how to use your cookie on the D. Now, everything that I've shared here can help you on your journey to using your cookie right on the D. All you need to do is to practice. Take it from the attitude, take it from understanding that tightness is not really the key thing here. It's not really the key role here. It involves coordination, it involves friction, it involves your natural lubrication. I hope you learned something. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to drop a comment. Don't forget to keep telling your friends about my channel. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye.